Hi everybody, it's Doreen, and I'm back today with something a little different. This isn't a card nor a mini album, and I didn't use my Gypsy or my Cricut. A while back I was watching another YouTuber's video, and her channel is Julie Walters 74, and she was making these flowers using paper and fabric. And I was at the mall the other day, and I went into one of the jewelry accessory shops, and I saw these flower hairpins, and they were half off. So I decided to go ahead and buy the set because I wanted to find something hair accessories to wear in my hair. And after I purchased them, I thought these look like the flowers that Julie was making on her video. And what I will do is I'll put the link to her video in this video so you can see how to make them. So I thought I'm going to go ahead and try to make the ones that Julie did, which happen to look similar to these. And she was saying that she was making them to put on cards or mini albums, but her daughter likes to wear them in her hair. So what I did was I had some fabric left over from when I was making the lollipop flowers, and there's lots of videos out there on how to make the lollipop flowers. And the fabric I have was on sale, so I decided to make some of these flowers. And this is what I came up with. So as you can see, I've made quite a few. And the difference between mine and Julie's is she used 6 petals, or made 6, I'm sorry, she made 8 petals and I made 6. So this is the first one that I did, and it's made with some brown satin fabric. And then I took one of the Recollections flowers and put it in the middle. And then on the back of mine, I've taken some felt and a bobby pin and glued that down in there so that I can now wear it in my hair. And what I used was the Sizzix Circle Die. It's Circle Die number 3. It looks like this. And I used this size right here. I'm not sure, I think that's 1.5 inches, I believe. And then for the back, I used the smaller circle with the felt. So as I said before, Julie does go through on how to make these. And the other thing that I did was I took my lighter and fringed the edges so that it would not unravel. So that's one of the ones that I made. And then I made a smaller one using the smaller circle. And this one, I believe I only used 5 petals rather than 6. But then I found out I liked the 6 petal better, so I went back to using the 6 petal. And I've just taken and put a clear bling in the middle. And then with this one, I took and put a pearl in the middle. And once again, I used the satin fabric. And I also used the satin fabric as well with this one. And I took one of the dollar bling that I got at Michael's and put that in the center. And I think with this one, let's see. Oh no, I did use 6. I just made the petals just a little bit bigger. And then I decided to go ahead and try a combination of using black and white. And I put a pearl in the center on this one. And then with this one, I used, once again, the Recollections flower. And I took some of my Yasatomo watercolor paints and painted the flower just to give it a little shine. And then with this one, this was actually a button set. It was 2 buttons and a small bead in the center. And they were already connected together, and I just went ahead and glued them in the center like so. Now I found that when I first started making them, I was using the wider bobby pins, and I picked these up. Here, let me pick up one where you can see it a little better. I was using the wider bobby pins that I got at the dollar store, and I found I didn't like those because they weren't staying in my hair as well. So then I switched over to the bigger bobby pin, or the closed bobby pin, instead, because I didn't want to use barrettes, because I don't like wearing the barrettes in my hair because they pinch. So the bobby pins work out better for me. So now with this one, this was actually an earring set that I picked up at the dollar store, and what I did was I just popped the post from the earring off the back, and then I glued that in the center. Now with this one, this was not satin fabric, this was like some sheer rayon fabric, and what I did was I used the larger circle, which was this one, instead, and then I put some red bling in the middle, and I just wanted to see what it would look like to use the larger circle. Now this one that I made, I took some lace fabric that I had left over from one of the Christmas cards that I did when I did my Christmas card with the Cricut series, and I took and went ahead and put a button along with some bling in the middle. And the same thing with this red one. I took some more of the fabric that I used on one of the cards for the Christmas cards that I did, and I put red bling in the center of that one too. I'll save this one for Christmas time. So now with this one, I used some silk fabric, and all the fabric that I picked up, I just got 1/8 of a yard, and it's way plenty enough to make several flowers. And then I have some bling in the center of this one as well. And the same thing with this one. It was some rayon fabric, and I took and put a button in the middle along with some bling. So as you can see, I was really getting, and I made all these in one day. I just got hooked on making these, and I just kept making them, and I used up the fabric that I had for my making my lollipop flowers. So now the orange satin one, I did the same thing. I took one of the Recollections flowers, and I painted it with some of the Yasutomo watercolor paints, and then I put that in the center. With this one, I decided I wanted a yellow and white combination, so I made 3 of the yellow circles and 3 of the white circles, and then I took a button that had a shank on the back. I removed the shank, and then I glued the button in the center. And with the yellow one, it's satin fabric as well, and I have a button, and then I have another button on top, and then a clear bling in the middle. Now the gray one was also satin fabric, and I took, and it's really there's several types of satin fabric. The fabric that I have is mostly the bridal satin fabric. There is some fabric that is satin, but it's a little bit stiffer, and I didn't like the feel of that for making the lollipop flowers, so I didn't buy that. I bought the bridal satin instead. And this was also a button, and I took the shank off the back and glued it to the center of the flower. And with this one, I used some buttons that I got in the dollar bin at Michael's, and then I just took some bling and put it in the middle. And I did the same thing for the white. I took one of the buttons that I got in the dollar bin at Michael's, and then some bling, and put that in the middle. And then last but not least, of course, I had to make a purple one. And I've got a button with some bling in the middle. So that's what I've been working on. Instead of making a card or a mini album, I decided I wanted to make some flowers for my hair. Now I'm also going to take the same amount of these flowers in different color combinations and use them on some of my cards as well. Thanks for watching, everybody. And thanks, Julie, for the idea. Bye.